afternoon. I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC News Break. Prime Minister Frendel Stuart wants the regional grouping CARICOM to seek new or different measures to ensure the movement remains vibrant and relevant in the 21st century. Similar to the advice offered to Barbadians as the country prepares to mark its 50th year of independence, Prime Minister Stuart wants CARICOM to look at its strengths and retain them at all costs. The advice came in his address during the ongoing 27th CARICOM Intercessional Heads of Government meeting in Belize. He highlighted the need for an unshakable commitment to unity in the face of adversity. The outgoing CARICOM chair is also telling the people of the region that when the 15-member grouping speaks with one voice, it can be a powerful force in facilitating change both in the region and in the international community.
I have frequently stated my deep conviction that our decision-making must be orderly and rigorous. Only in this way can we deliver to our people the regional public goods they expect as the fruits of our deliberations. In this context, I was especially satisfied that at our last meeting we adopted some clear rules about how the conference takes and implements its decisions. To add to this welcome development, I am pleased to note that we will be considering during the present session the formal draft rules of procedure for our conference, which we hope to adopt in July. I understand that this may have the outward appearance of a minor piece of procedural pettifogging, but the rigor of our decision making is directly linked to the quality of implementation.
Barbados has embarked on a major offensive against the Zika virus, and as part of it, Barbadians who have mosquitoes breeding on their premises have been issued with a warning from the Environmental Health Department. They've been told to keep their surroundings clean or face legal action. Shane Seeley has the story.
It's findings like these that are prompting the Environmental Health Department to get tough with homeowners and businesses. This mosquito breeding site was found in Spikes Town this morning as the department launched its arboviral disease eradication program to destroy the Aedes aegypti mosquito. They've deployed 70 health inspectors who have been told to suspend most of their other duties to focus on this initiative. Chief Environmental Health Officer Desmond King says he's given his inspectors the order to adopt a zero-tolerance approach with householders who are repeat offenders.
We have been for years telling persons what to do, and oftentimes you find persons are breeding mosquitoes, are complaining about mosquitoes, and the mosquitoes that we are finding are on their property. In our way forward, one of our strategies to get persons to comply would be the prosecution arm of our regulation. The regulations are there, the mosquito regulation and also the nuisance regulation. And I will encourage my officers where there is consistent breeding on any property to test it in court.
Now the inspectors will be going door to door over a 3-month period. Principal Environmental Health Officer Ronald Chapman, who is spearheading the initiative, says a special effort will be made to inspect what they call closed houses.
What we'll be doing, we'll be leaving a calling card at those persons' houses, letting them know that we would have passed and that they can get in contact with us so we can send an inspector back to their homes for an inspection. What we're going to also do is to have a recheck team. So you're going to have the inspectors go out now, you're going to have the fogging machine after that, and then we're going to send a small recheck team that will go back. And those houses that are closed, depending on what is going on around them, we will assess the level of risk. For example, if your next door neighbor's house is closed and we are getting mosquitoes you're getting mosquitoes at your house, but we can't find them at your house, then obviously that house represents a risk and we're going to go back there.
And the department is hoping to have its inspectors visit nearly every home in Barbados twice, all part of the effort to dent the mosquito population and curb the spread of the Zika virus. Shane Seeley, CBC News.
In another 2 months, Barbadians and visitors entering and leaving the island will be fingerprinted. This has been announced by the Immigration Department. According to Chief Immigration Officer Ernie Griffith, this will be followed later this year with a measure to facially scan passengers. She revealed that the only exemptions to these regulations will be holders of diplomatic passports and children under the age of 16. The Chief Immigration Officer said the security measures will bring Barbados in line with international ports of entry and are mandatory under the Immigration Biometrics Regulation 2015. Ms. Griffith has therefore urged the cooperation of the travelling public, explaining that the Immigration Department is seeking to ensure the safety of all who use Barbados's ports of entry. A St. Michael man is to appear in the District A Magistrates Court today, charged with possession of marijuana and cocaine valued in excess of $1 million. He is 45-year-old Kelvin Ricardo Callender of Wildy Terrace. Police say a search warrant was executed by its K9 unit at the residence of Callender on Valentine's Day. That search, lawmen say, revealed 20.9 kilos of cocaine valued at $1,045,000. It was discovered under the cellar of the house. Lawmen say a search was also conducted of Callender's vehicle and 183 grams of cannabis was discovered hidden inside. He was subsequently charged for possession with intent to supply, and trafficking of both cocaine and marijuana. As a water-scarce country that's periodically affected by drought, Barbados is taking proactive steps in this regard. That's because the island is on drought warning, and the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology wants a national drought policy implemented. Denise Blackman has the details.
This official warning comes from the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology, or the CAMH, which acts as coordinator for the Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum. The alert means water resource management across the island must be carefully monitored before water scarcity reaches a critical stage. Dr. Cedric Van Mebeek of the CIMH says there's a long, dry road ahead.
We are in a drought right now. We are having problems of water availability, and those problems will not be alleviated anytime soon. The first time that we can be hopeful that we will get some alleviations is towards May or June, when we expect the drought to subside finally.
The drought warning is the second highest level of vigilance, the highest being a drought emergency. Dr. Van Mebeek says the CIMH has been monitoring how the drought crept up over the past year.
Overall, all the country has been drier than usual. So that means that less water has penetrated into the soil and into the underground, into the aquifers under Barbados.
He says the Barbados Water Authority was warned of the impending drought for the last 15 months. And although the BWA made technical adjustments to respond to water shortages, Dr. Van Mebeek says the problem needs to be tackled at the level of policy. The CIMH is already working with St. Lucia, Antigua and Barbuda and St. Kitts and Nevis to define their drought policies. And the climatologist believes that without a national plan, a response to such challenges will continue to be a complicated process.
If we can have drought policy and drought plans in place, then people can respond much faster, much easier in an integrated way between the different sectors that all require water.
A number of local and regional meteorologists in collaboration with international experts met to examine climate data which affects the region. Representatives attended from Haiti, Australia, Spain and Japan, among other countries. The three focus areas during these talks will be water resource management and supply, agriculture and tourism. Agro-meteorologist at the CIMH, Adrian Trotman, says the group aims to provide specific and easily understandable information and advice to help shape the decision-making of government and practitioners.
How do we either produce information specific to sector, specific to water, specific to farmers, or package and specifically say things that could be more understood by practitioners in these sectors? That's where we're moving to.
Monthly bulletins concerning the drought can be found on the website of the CIMH. Denise Blackman, CBC News.
Time for a break now, but when we come back, regional and international news. Stay with us.